right.
Hi, everybody. So I tried to go live through Zoom onto Facebook, and the Zoom and Facebook gods did not condone this. So we're recording it instead, and I shall post it after we are done recording. So sorry it wasn't live, but we are here regardless. And I'm happy to, in this interesting technological moment, introduce Aaron Michael Pyne, the incredible wizard. Hello, Aaron.
Hello, hello, greetings. We made it one
We
way or
made it.
another. Thank you so much.
And so Aaron is a super, super duper special human being for a
Mm,
lot of reasons. And it's not just because he's fun and silly and inventive and creative. It's because he, in all of that joy and glory, takes mindfulness and meditation and well-being very, very seriously. And that's such like a beautiful blend to come across somebody who's
mm,
so balanced and so caring and also so ambitious about
mm,
helping people. So I am like humbled in this
mm.
gentleman's presence. And so Aaron, tell us a little bit about you, please.
Certainly. Thank you so much. Such a sweet reflection. I grew up in Ohio, and as a teenager, I was into fantasy and magic and fantasy literature and fantasy games and studying mythology and just loved all things ancient and mystical. And it wasn't until I was about 17, 18 that I found out about the meditation and astrology and tarot and all that fun stuff and was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And met my first teacher and just really opened up to the, spiritual realms and really realized that's like what I'm here for is to help bring that information through, help people access it, help people use it to really like heal and transform their lives and live their purpose. So I've dedicated my everything I've got for the last 22 years to make this stuff more accessible. So I've taught meditation of many styles. I do energy healing work. I've done many talks over the years, visionary artwork to help people see and understand these concepts. And so it's been my life to how do we bridge the spirituality, this magic that is so needed in the modern world to make it easy, accessible, to help people release all the trauma and the heaviness and the stress and anxiety that's so built up here. So just continue to find ways to bring it to life and bring it out there as much as I can. And this latest invention we're going to chat about is interrealm's journey is my like masterpiece of everything I've done over the years.
Oh, right, exactly. And it really is stinking absolutely magical, especially as something kind of this cool and innovative coming out of a meditation teacher. So often, like meditation apps, they're neato bonito, but they're not this cool,
Mm.
right? They're not this transcendent, they're not this much fun. And a lot of them are really intimidating, and there's really nothing intimidating about Inner Realms Journey. It really
Great.
is just attractive, right?
Mhm.
I would like to do this, please.
You're right.
And so, just because before I dive into Inner Realms Journey,
Yeah.
everybody needs to know, how did you become a wizard?
Well, many eons ago, the magic began to flow through me. But in this life, I mean, it's always sort of been there. There's been pieces of it through, as a kid, I remember drawing these like geometric mandala designs as a child, right? And then I, of course, got into the fantasy and magic and loved wizards and magic and, started going to Renaissance fair. And I remember, buying my first I remember making staffs and then buy my first staff at a Ren fair when I was like sixth, seventh grade and a cloak. And so, there's little pieces of it through the years. And I got like these magic elf boots, probably 13 years ago. And so little pieces of it were always there. And then as I began building Inner Realms Journey, it takes you in this concept of creating your avatar, your mystical self, which we'll get into. And I was like, okay, well, I've got to do this. If I'm telling other people to do this, I got to walk the walk kind of thing. And so it just sort of emerged out of the creative process of like, oh, I'm a wizard. I'm an elven wizard. I love elves. I love trees and nature, and that's my home. That's my sanctuary. And the wizard just, it synergized everything, all these different things I've done. across the years was like, oh, it all formulates into this. And so I really, in 2020, when I started building Inner Realms, I really stepped in to the wizard and was like, how much wizard can I wizard? How much can I bring this to life? And so the last 4 years, it's kind of one of my priorities of how can I continue to show up more authentically as this and bring that to life. And it's been really amazing for myself personally, but also just to see the effect it has when I, bring the wizard out, whether it's online or in person or at the airport, or even the grocery store a few times and stuff.
Right.
And it just like shifts the reality. And so it's such a fun process.
Oh, it's so cool. And it's so cool to have people in the world who are like just super bravely into doing things like this, because it really does make so many people so happy.
It does.
And I think it encourages people to be like liberated, free to be themselves in
That's it.
whatever
Whatever they are.
avatar that they want to be in. And I think that's super duper important.
Exactly, exactly. It's been fun at the, I say the airport's probably the biggest, um, uh, I don't know, adventure in that I've done several times traveling and wearing full on wizard through the airport. And, I've had people chase me down. Like I saw you at the other side of the airport. I had to come find out who you were, what you're doing. And, people were like, oh, I hope I get to sit next to you on the airplane. And, people taking pictures. And this one woman's like, can I take your picture? My sister's in the hospital with cancer. And this would just like make her day.
Oh,
And so that was super sweet. And I had this guy come up who used to disable bombs in the Marines. Like, so he's like, every day my life was on, the
on it.
line. And he's like, most people are walking around half asleep, not appreciating life. And you're, brother, you're like full on doing it and just keep rocking it. So it's amazing to see, that just it lights people up and gives people that permission to like live and come to life.
Right. Oh, I love it. It's funny. I was in seventh grade the first time I went to the Ren Fair, and I
Mm.
too got a cloak.
Nice. Yes. More cloaks.
And there's no such thing as too many cloaks.
Right.
Amazing. Okay,
Mhm.
so Inner Realms Journey. Please tell everybody what it is, because there are quite a few people excited about it.
Yes, awesome. I love it. So it is a mix of other experiences, but in a whole new format. So it blends guided meditation, fantasy, story, audio journeys into this new experience. And it's a bit of a game, but it's also powerful training to help you access your own spirit, your essence. And it brings a lot of meditation techniques. So I've been studying all sorts of meditation for 20 years. It brings them into a new format. I feel like I sort of re-encoded them or evolved them into a new experience. So you're doing things like breath work, scanning and accessing your energy fields, you're connecting into your higher self, which we call your avatar, and you're journeying to these different realms. But it's all in this fun story that's unfolding through each meditation. And the core of it are these audio journeys. They're 10 minutes, our longest one's a little over an hour. And you go through these audios at your own pace, and there's beautiful narration, different voice actors, beautiful soundscape, special effects. I mean, it's like a cinematic experience listening to these. And it guides you on these magical journeys. You first meet me, the Elven Wizard, in a forest, and I tell you about the great adventure ahead, and I give you these magical items. And then you go through creating your avatar, your mystical self, your character, your true essence, really. And then you create your sanctuary, which is your own home world. And then you learn about the different realms on the great cosmic tree of life, and that there's all these realms, and this realm of Earth is just one. And you're on this quest to restore your magic, all of your power, potential, creativity, and then also bring that through into this realm of Earth. So it starts to really expand your creative potential, your imagination, your spiritual connection, whatever that is for you, and then really helps you to then bring that to life and empowers you to be your true self and to face challenges in life from this place of power within you. And it kind of helps you step out of the human story, right? We all have this human character we've been playing of like, this is where I grew up and this is the things that happened to me and this is what culture told me to do. And we sort of get programmed with all that stuff, right? And some of that's you, but it's not all of you. And so this helps you sort of like step out and start to create a new script from your true essence and then bring that to life. So it's almost kind of a quantum jump from the human self to your true self and then bringing that into day-to-day life. And so you're going to go on these audio journeys, there's trainings, there's quests, you get points, you level up, just little fun gamified things to make it even more engaging. And we've seen some really powerful transformations for people on many levels, both physically healing, emotionally, stepping into their dreams, overcoming a lot of fears and really like doing the thing they came here to do and really reconnecting with their joy and their passion and their purpose and why they're even here in this world.
Oh, I love that. I still remember a while ago, I heard a clip where Jim Carrey was saying that, being depressed is a sign that you need deep rest.
Mm,
The character that you've been playing. It's like your
yeah.
whole being says, I can't play this character
Mm,
anymore.
mm,
And so it seems like this is such a great tool to help people like step out of that human story, right?
mhm,
Of like, oh, whatever it might be, like I have to be the hero, I'm the eldest, I'm the youngest, whatever stories we've got
right.
in our head, and then step into kind of who you are on a more authentic level,
Hmm.
but in
Hmm.
kind of like a fun, extra safe way.
Yeah.
And that's so important too, because this is, by the way, everybody, this is for grown-ups and it's
Hmm.
also for kids.
Yep.
And like one of the things that, because I'm such a kiddo lover, like I used
Mm,
to work with kids, I did
mm,
professional respite work with neurodivergent kids for
nice.
many, many moons, is that we have a fairly alarming growing rate of depressed kids.
Yeah.
And, the pandemic just really
Skyrocket.
skyrocketed those
Hmm.
numbers, right?
Hmm. Totally.
I feel like something like this might, I mean, really might be what a lot of our kiddos need too,
Yeah.
to build their confidence and to heal and to discover their own stories and authentic self. And people have the idea of thinking that like kids aren't that advanced, but like I promise you,
There.
as they really are. Sometimes I feel like they're more advanced than we are as grown-ups.
Totally. Uh,
And so how did you come up with this?
yeah. Well, I always, as I said, as a teenager, played Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy and loved all that. And I got to meditation, and I realized there was a similarity to the guided journeys, right? If you did guided journey work, you imagine yourself in the forest or this or that. And I was like, oh, this is very much like D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, where somebody's telling a story and you're imagining and you're navigating it. So I always saw there's this connection. And then, of course, as I got into meditation and studying mythology, you know, Dungeons and Dragons and the whole fantasy genre, a lot of that came from J.R. Tolkien and Lord of the Rings, and he was inspired by ancient mythology. So it was kind of this whole circle I saw. And so I was like, okay, there's got to be some way to reconnect these. And then in 2019, while I was in meditation, this idea came to me of Aaron, you're here to reconnect all these things back together and create this meditation fantasy game that sort of ties in all these aspects in a new way. And at the moment when it came through, I was like, whoa, this is big. Like I wasn't quite ready for it. I took notes. I still have the original notes I took, back then. And then in 2020, beginning of 2020, I found myself in New Zealand on just sort of an adventure vacation. And I am of course a Lord of the Rings fan, so I went to some of the sites, and I was at the beautiful forest park near Wellington where they shot the scenes from Rivendell, the Elven city, and there's a path there, talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
And there's a recreation of the gateway, the Elven gateway, in the extended edition the heroes walk through when they leave to go on their quest. And so that was in January. So I walked through that Elven gateway and made an oath to myself and to the world to build this and give it everything I got. And so that was beginning of 2020. And then I came back to the States and told a few friends, and a few people said, oh, we want to help you. And, I started formulating ideas. And I was pretty flexible. So I was like, I think I need to birth this in New Zealand. I feel like that's they've shot so many fantasy movies there. It's so magical there. I just loved it there. So I arranged a 2-month kind of personal retreat to go back there and start building this. I got there right before COVID, and 2 days before COVID, and then COVID, and boom, the world blew up, right? And so my 2 months turned into epic 13-month adventure in New Zealand, where I got to lay the foundations of this and step into the wizard and like test it there with different groups. And I also met Emma there, who was a school teacher for 20 years, and she loved it. And then she started running it with her kids in her classroom. She'd been a teacher for there for a long time, so she had kind of free reign to do whatever she wanted. So the kids just loved it, and she had kids that she couldn't get them to do anything creative, particularly some boys. And they did this, and then she said, okay, now write about your experience, write about your avatar, draw your avatar. And they just just lit up, and they were like writing pages and pages and drawing and all kinds of stuff and wanting to do more of the meditation. So we're like, okay, we're onto something here. So she ran it for the whole year while I was there, and we developed the kids program together out of that. She would come back with ideas, I would give her ideas. The kids loved it. They did all kinds of projects and stuff around it. So they were our first test run developing this on the kids side, and it was just perfect. And so that's how it began, was that, and I just continued to grow it and add and get it out to the world.
Oh,
And very exciting, we're about to start working with Seattle Children's Hospital as the first hospital that's going to start implementing it. So yes, we're going to begin training
crazy.
about 8 of their therapists here in the next couple of weeks and get them going to start running it with the kids that come in and out, which is huge, going to help a lot of kids to this.
Oh, that's so huge. And it's so important to mention the way you've set this up
Mhm.
very intentionally is respectful to really everyone's personal spirituality or even
Yeah.
really lack thereof, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And that's so important because, in spirituality, we never want to restrict anyone's personal pathway to their own spirit, soul, higher
Right.
consciousness, whatever it may be. And so, one of the most beautiful things to me about this, the spirit don't care,
Yeah.
uh, is that it's so flexible and it really
Mm.
is appropriate for anyone.
Yeah, yeah. I've had, people that have come in from more of a Christian background that, are maybe concerned about doing meditation or things, and they do it and they're like, okay, this is just a beautiful game. It's expanding my imagination and creativity. And, they still love Harry Potter and things like that. So it's just an experience of that, and they can do with it what they want. And yeah, people from all different backgrounds. It's meant to be very universal. The a core framework of it is the tree of life concept, which is found around the world in every culture,
Every single one.
everywhere,
Yeah.
right? It's all over. And of course, I've been a wizard, love trees, so I was like, okay, this is this is my jam, right? So that's the framework of it, and yeah, it's meant to be very open because I believe everyone has their own journey and their own, experiences. So just to help you bring what is supportive to you and then develop that and expand that. If it uplifts you, awesome, go for it. And this allows, and that's one of my favorite parts, is to hear people's journeys and their avatars and what comes through, and it's such a wide range and so beautiful. Like I give you this starting soil, right, and then just to see what you grow out of that is just amazing.
Right. And the tree of life being in there is so meaningful because it really is true. No matter where you are, all around the world, from the tree of life to Yggdrasil to the tree of knowledge, like it's everywhere.
Right.
And it's such just this perfect, representation of like being like the roots of us being in the ground here on the planet. And like, it's just, I think, a beautiful and remarkable symbology that everyone everywhere magically just connects with without even thinking about it is
Right.
life.
Right.
And
Makes sense.
it just makes sense to us. We're not really questioning that aspect of like
Mm,
consciousness or being. I think the tree
mhm.
is just
Fair.
perfect. And keep in mind, everybody, that there are studies that showcase hugging trees improves your mental health.
Yes.
Like real studies, everybody.
I'll get them laid next to him.
Right? Well, and how many stories do you hear over the course of history? How many like awakenings or incredible ideas have happened because somebody was sitting under a tree?
Totally. Lots
There's
of
so many.
them. So many. When you realize that, it's like, oh, tree. Oh, there's tree. Oh, there's tree. Oh, there's a tree.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, the tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So the Seattle Children's Hospital, that is
Oh,
amazing.
yes.
And like it's gotta feel so validating to you
Yeah.
to have a children's hospital pick this up. And not only
Yeah.
validating, like that makes my heart so happy that
That's
there's
huge.
that there's kids going to be using this and they're probably in a in like a dark place, and this is going to help pull them into a lighter place.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. And yeah, I mean, this idea came to me, right? And it was like, nobody's done anything like this, and like, just to trust and have faith in this, and give it my all for 4 years now. Like, all right, it's good. There's a reason for this, right? And just giving it all and trusting in that and having faith in it. And now to see, yeah, it's going to the hospital and what's going to expand out of there is just
Oh,
amazing. So following that, and then yeah, just we've done the, like I said, Emma did some classrooms and she's done other workshops with kids, and of course we have parents that just sign up and do it themselves with their kids.
yeah.
So it's amazing to get that result. But now, this feels like the next level of how many kids are coming through the hospital all the time, and to be able to have access to this is just incredible. And to imagine then, like you said, coming in a dark place, whatever's going on, and then to come out with this avatar and their magic activated and be able to go home and take it into their community and their family. It's just like, ah, amazing.
And I feel like how cool is probably something that's going to make improvements even in communication between family members,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
I've had a few families do it together, and just amazing the next level of synergy and connection and understanding that happens. I even had one mom call me. She said, "I've never seen my husband and kids bond over something so deeply at the dinner table." They're sharing their avatar and their journeys and stuff. So I've seen some really cool stuff with groups or couples doing it together, and it just brings another level of depth and connection and understanding, right? If you're with a partner or a child or whatever, and their avatar, and you guys have like seen that grow, just the level of soul to soul, it's like understanding that.
Oh,
And even for me as Elven Wizard right now, all my friends, they know I'm the Elven Wizard, right? So if I'm going through a challenge or anything, they're like, "Hey, where's the Elven Wizard?" Right? They call that out, or they know they know how to like relate to me and what to expect, right? It's like this. It's like this is who I truly am. There's not some of the mask or the fears and stuff. It's just this is it. So it's beautiful to see that start to formulate with groups and families and partners.
oh. And how cool to actually see an app come out that's there and will help people reconnect versus disassociate.
Right, right. Uh-huh.
Incredible. And there's a
That's
book
it.
now too. You came out with a book.
Yep, and the book. Yep, we just gotta get the book out. This just arrived 1,000 of the books. It was successfully funded on Kickstarter, which was amazing by the community. So this book is part book. It's beautiful artwork. I made it design this be as magical as I could. This Elven Wizard, right? Tree of Life. So the beginning takes you through in depth all the concepts you're going to get to do. Right, a lot of this is on the website in the audio, but this goes a little bit deeper with it. The beautiful artwork there, right? To inspire all the different things you're going to create: your portal, your sanctuary, right? Your avatar, tree of life, traveling the realms. So this really takes you deeper into it. And then the second part of it is a structured journal. I'm sorry, here's some like avatar inspiration, right? All the classic fantasy beings, right? And these inspire you. Once you get into the meditation, you're like taken deep into this process where your own avatar emerges. And then here are the initial journeys. I don't know if you can read that there, that
Oh my
this goes
God.
along with. So they're each like their own adventure. And then you've got the journal here, which is to help you track, draw, make notes of your experiences. And this
Oh, look, and there's
helps
little
you
prompts. So
prompt
great.
everything. So this really helps you bring it to life and reflect on your experiences and be able to share it with others, right? If you go to your partner or whatever, you got your notes here, what you've created, to be able to look back on it. So I've got mine. I've got journals from earlier, and I go back like, oh yeah, I forgot I've got this, right? Or, oh, I remember overcoming this challenge and stuff. So it really helps you develop your story. You're like recreating your essence in here. So the journal helps you bring that to life as
Oh,
well. So
so cool. I'm so into all of this stuff, y'all. I'm fairy forever.
yeah, nice.
Fairy forever. So magic.
It's so magic.
Like especially me being I used to work with neurodivergent kids, but I'm extra neurodivergent. And like
Right.
everything about like this, like not in like a icky way, but like in a cool way, like, oh, I wish I had had this when I was younger.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm happy I have it now, but I also
Right.
wish I had it when I,
Totally. Totally. That's definitely been my thought. Like, I wish I had this growing up, right? So
oh,
that's why I'm hoping it helps a lot of kids and gives them that. And we were able, Emma was ran into some of the girls in the very first class, so that was 4 years ago. And they of course aren't in her class anymore, but they were still thinking about their avatar and have like developed it further and brought it to life. So it's like it's planted those seeds. And especially they're going to, they started, I think they were age 9 or 10, now they're 12, 13. So it's like helping them keep that connection, particularly in those ages when that connection can start to kind of dissolve, and all the peer pressure and outside stuff can suppress those things. So it helps them to stay strong in that inner connection and have those tools to manage their emotions and manage the challenges and stay empowered and confident in who they are, while they're navigating teenage years and all that
Right.
stuff.
Or just being, or like grown-up years when you're a grown up
Right.
stages.
Totally. Totally.
Oh, amazing. And I know you've got somewhere to be, somewhere else magical, which is totally reasonable. So really quick before I let you go to
Yeah,
carry
yeah.
on with other magical things, how
Right.
do people sign up and how does that work?
Sure. So they go to interrealmsjourney.com, and you can sign up there for the free trial. It gets you through the first few meditations for free. And then there's different subscription options. You can buy the book if you want. And then basically each month, new journeys, trainings, daily power ups, quests, all kinds of fun stuff unlocks. So you've got plenty of stuff you can do. It's very at your own pace. You can do one a week, you can do like 10 a week, as you go. You can repeat stuff, and that's all there. And then occasionally I run different live events, doing some different live support groups. We've got a new Discord server, so you can get on there and chat with other people doing it and share and get ideas. And then you can go, there's the kids section if you're a parent and you want to get the curriculum, or if you're part of any sort of organization, a school or therapy organization, we've got, training for that. So you can reach out for that. We've also got, we're going to be branching into corporate and bringing this as a team building program as well. So if you're on a team or have a company and want to do a fun experience, just reach out to us through the site.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Improve morale.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's wellness plus team building all in one fun adventure.
Right. And like by the way, if you do the free trial and you want to do the app, Aaron has made this so insanely affordable. So thank you for that.
Say that again.
I
Oh,
said
yeah, yeah.
you've made it so insanely affordable for everybody who makes it past the free trial. That's such a
Thank you.
awesome, noble thing to do.
Thank you. Yeah, my goal is to get this out, as many people, help as many people as we can with it.
Ah, so
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank
That
you.
way I'm not the only one running around out there, my magical self.
There's
Everybody too.
other magical people.
Yeah, yeah.
Love it. Oh my
Mm,
gosh. Well, is there anything else before I let you carry on to your other
mm,
magical activities
right.
that
More
you
wizarding to
want
be
to
done.
let anybody know
Mm,
before we bid them adieu?
yeah, I just want to encourage everyone to check it out, to take that time for yourself to, the free trial takes you to your avatar. And even though right there is just a huge gift. So I encourage you to take that. It's about 35 minutes in total, to go in there and explore that and bring that to life. And I kind of joke with people to date your avatar, right? To find out what it's like and what it's into and how you can bring that to life. Because that right there will change how you show up in every area of your life. And that I think is what's so important is we need people in their power, in their true essence, centered and empowered and creative to help change this world, right? There's so much craziness going on. So I feel like the more people are in that essence, it's like you get to show up with who you are, why you're here, and bring that to the world. So, keep on sharing your magic out there, my friends. And, we got this.
We got this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I
This
love
realm
it.
of Earth.
Inner realms helping with inner peace so we can create outer peace, everybody.
Yes.
I love
That's
it.
it. That's it. Thank you so much. Such an
You are
honor.
so welcome, and I shall let you go. Aaron Michael Pyne, everybody, you can find him on Facebook and follow him. And if you want to check this out, just check out interrealmsjourney.com. He was genius and made the website really easy to remember.
Perfect.
I love it. And thank you so, so, so much, Aaron, for
Mm,
chatting with me today, for spending time with me.
gladly. So fun. Thank you. Thank you. Have a magical day.
Woohoo! Mwah!